Communist massacre in Mongolia. After 200 years of Qin dynasty rule, Mongolia declared its independence in 1911. However, since the victory of the People's Revolution with the help of Soviet Russia in 1921, the Mongolian government carried out organized purge against its citizens. It started with the false accusation and execution of the then Prime Minister Bodok in 1922, followed by the execution of Army General Danzan in 1924. The purge deepened with the so-called conspiracy of counter-revolution and the case of the Japanese intelligence organization under the direct supervision of Lumbik, the secretary of the Central Committee of the Mongolian People's Revolutionary Party. The mass execution peaked between 1937 and 1940, with the execution of Genden and Demid under the counter-revolutionary group conspiracy. During this period, the Ministry of Internal Affairs repressed over 30,000 people with a false accusation under political cases, such as the Case of 14, the Genden and Demid anti-revolutionary organization, the Yonzon Archbishop and Vice Archbishop's opposition organization, and the Red Puru case. More than 20,000 of the accused were executed and 5,700 people were sentenced to various terms of imprisonment. The real toll of these trials were never known, with many unreported. The true cost of purge is much higher. The records of convictions from 1930 to 1940 show that at least 37,574 people were punished by special commissions and court decisions. Considering the hundreds of civilians who were punished without a trial and those who were massacred during the armed uprising of 1932, it is clear that the number of victims is beyond comprehension. In 1932, over 2,000 members of uprising were killed, and more than 30,000 people fled the country due to the suppression of the popular uprising by the Buddhist monks against the communist dictatorship. By 1938, 760 of the 771 Buddhist monasteries were destroyed. Out of a general population of 800,000 at the time, 88,110 were arrested, 11% of the total population. Total of 51 meetings were held by the special commissions by the President Choibalsan, Chairman of the Revolutionary Party Lobsangsharo, and Minister of Justice Tselundorj, until its dissolution on April 22, 1939. 25,785 politically accused, executing 20,099 citizens, and sentencing 5,737 to long-term imprisonment. After 1950, more than 2,000 intellectuals who expressed their freedom of speech and openly criticized Soviet-Mongolian relations were expelled from the party, released from their jobs, and exiled with their family members. These people have been acquitted since the 1990 Democratic Revolution, but most have never lived to see the democracy and died in exile. In 1990, a movement for democracy took place in Mongolia, and in 1992, a democratic constitution was passed and free multi-party elections were held.